Well, we're here at Charlotte, North Carolina, Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's hot as Hades here. It's 95 degrees in the shade. And we brought Project X here. We've got our Evo, and it's black, and it looks evil. It's just an experiment. It's a roll of the dice from here on out just to see what we can do. We're now kind of transitioning into a different frame of mind, a different train of thought, you know. Instead of thinking about winning your class, I'm really thinking about winning overall. And I don't really care who's running in what class. I want to beat the fastest guys here. The competition is stiff, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I like being pushed, and I like pushing them. Well, let's talk about the guys that we have here that we're going to be running against. You have Brian Johnson. He's really good at engineering his car and getting it just perfect throughout the weekend. If something isn't quite right, he knows exactly what to do to tune on it and to make it go fast.
Got the best of the best in all the classes, and yeah, we're here to mix it up and see who can come out on top.
You got Ryan Matthews, ex-NASCAR driver, really fast driver, great competitor. And he's another guy that will just sit there and lay in the weeds for you. You think you got him covered. He'll disappear for a little while, go wrench on the car, come back out, and with 1 minute to go in the session, whack, he puts the car in front of you. Kyle Tucker, he's just a flat racer. That's all there is to it that I can say about Kyle. He runs that car hard, 110% every time he straps in there. And he'll get 110% out of that car, especially if he's chasing you.
Yeah, that's what's fun and so diverse, right, about this series is that you've got Ken in the Evo, you've got Ryan and Brian in the Team 5th Gen, it looks like, and then me with a vintage car. And I like to run hard in the vintage cars because that's what our company does. We want to showcase, hey, you can take an old car, no ABS, no traction control, just raw mechanical engine and suspension and tires and get the job done.
There are no excuses this weekend. The Autocross course is really big, Vegas big. One of the things about autocrossing is it's a different animal than road racing.
Having a road racing background, you know, the autocross just seems like a totally different world and seems like it might not be as challenging, but I've found it to be even more challenging than driving on a road course because there's so many, it's everything all rolled into a tight little package. Everything happens so quickly.
You can't attack it like you would a road course. A road course, you're always attacking all the time. Attack, push.
It's very violent compared to the road course.
Big fast autocross here at ZMAC. There's a lot of asphalt here. Great place to run an autocross. You can shift gears, go faster than normal, and we're very slick. You know, we had ambience. 94, 95 degrees, so the track temp was way up there. Same for everybody, but it was a challenge for sure.
You get a chance to walk it in the morning, and you try to memorize that course as you walk it and how you would drive it if you were in the car.
Well, in the bigger car like mine, it's trying to take advantage of the faster sections. You know, my car tends to do really well on the bigger, more open courses, so I'm looking to try to maximize the faster corners and the sweepers and that sort of thing, and then you know, identifying the hairpins and the really tight stuff as places where I need to kind of, you know, make sure that I don't overdrive the car, stay just on the right side of the edge.
We've got an all-wheel drive car, so you'd think it would play right into our hands.
How'd it feel?
It's slick out there. I mean,
It's going to take a while for it to get swept off, but this surface is real slick. This track was pretty wide open and long and fast, and the start gate was pretty tight, so our launch control wasn't going to help us as much as it should on typical autocross courses. So you take that advantage away. You got a slippery course, and we were understeering, oversteering. We didn't have a lot of grip, so it was the same for everybody. It's a good thing we're running in the morning. Track temperatures are still relatively cool. You know, after 1 o'clock, it's going to be 97 degrees here, and the asphalt is really black, so it's going to really soak up and retain a lot of heat.
You know, sometimes on autocross or any of the courses, it takes a little while for the surface to get the dirt and stuff cleaned off, but this one, yeah, the first couple runs it was a little slick, but then it just kept getting slicker and slicker as it heated up. You know, some of the guys are really good at getting out there and banging it out on the first run, but for guys like me that have more of a road race background, you know, it still takes me a few runs to really get up to speed on the autocross, so I got to make the most of every one.
You really have to look at what is the corner before the longest straightaway, and that's the corner you want to work on because you want to extend that longest straightaway.
I went in and overdrove some corners I thought I would usually have dirt on. Yeah. I came on new tires like a lot of people did, so it takes a little while to get them scuffed in. So I was a little bit of a slideshow on my greasy new Rival S's, but they'll come in probably second or third lap in this heat.
Sometimes you've just got to calm down, slow down, accelerate out fast.
Especially with the surface condition the way it is, it's definitely being aggressive where you can be aggressive and being patient where you have to be to keep from overdriving and you know, blowing the tires off.
It's really easy to overdrive these heavier cars, especially on these sealed surfaces like this. So probably just the sharp 90-degree corners. The car feels really good in the slaloms and kind of some of the S's. It's more just the hard 90s that I think I need to get better on.
Key is you just can't overdrive this track. Being perfect is really tough to do, especially on a big, slick autocross course. Slow down.
I'm trying to go faster.
We're pretty tight throughout the whole day. We're nip and tuck. Me and Ryan were trading fast laps, a tenth at a time, 100th at a time. And Brian got out in front of us, and we were chasing him all day long during that exercise.
You never make it easy. In fact, you always beat me.
It gets competitive, and you get guys that really take this serious like we do. You kind of get to understand where they focus at.
The only thing that we can really control is ourselves and our own run. So, you know, even if the other guy goes out and goes faster, you know, the only thing we can do is you know, get ourselves right and make the best run that we can and try to do better. We can't make anybody else go slower.
And we kept having this pogo effect where it was hopping around the corner. We were trying to get that settled down so we could put the power to the ground and accelerate the car off the corners.
Well, we got 25 minutes left, and we'll definitely get one more run in, and maybe two, but I'll tell you what, I'm not leaving until they kick me out.
What was going on with the Evo is we kept dialing it in, and we were running out of time, and we kept getting better and better and chasing the track.
He's in striking distance. He's just got to get a good run in, and he can be right there. So I got to keep chipping away at it, see if I can get a better time on the board.
Quit is definitely not in the vocabulary when it comes to racing.
I really thought my last lap of the day was a perfect lap, and I really expected to win it. And I went just slightly faster and 4/100ths of a second slower than first place.
It's super close. It's amazing. You know, it was, what, 47 seconds, and it comes down to 4/100ths. It's incredibly close.
I had seen that Brian had ran a 47.0, so we were 47.4, and so we had almost a half a second to make up. I thought I was chasing a 47.0. We were trying to get that 4/10ths. We ended up running a 47.38, and I thought, oh, we finished second, oh, no big deal. And then the times came out, and we realized that Brian had coned on his 47.0, and he actually ran a 47.34. and it was that close. Had I known, would I change anything? No, but I wish I hadn't have flicked in the seat. Maybe that cost me the time. 4/100ths of a second isn't even a blink of an eye. It's not even a half of a blink of an eye. So it was that close. It's just like rolling the dice, who's gonna win. That's how even, and that's how close it is.